Good day, fellow Russians. Going to do something a little different. I was just in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I bought a whole bunch of junk. So let's do, what do we want to call this, an unboxing or something like that? And I'll show you what I got. There's a lot of blankets here and all kinds of stuff, but I got some boxes. So I'll pull them out, I'll put them on the table, and I'll share my treasures with you. Okay, so here was the mission this time. I have a Bally Kiss and a Star Trek. Both of them are completely void of any of the metals. So the side rails, all the interior, trims, pieces, everything that you need to put a game together is all missing on these things. So my goal on this visit was to get all those little pieces so I can put together one or two more games. So, well, here's the hull. And I'll go through all this stuff. So let's go piece by piece. First of all, side rails. They're saying 30 bucks a set. Now this is US dollars for our Canadian friends. These ones have some slight, damage, imperfections, whatever you want to call them, but they will clean up beautifully. So that's some good value. So let me put these to the side. And so I got, again, 2 sets for 2 games. So to be really honest, that's half the Battle one right there. Only because these sets are extremely overpriced. So, okay, let's just put them away. Okay, let's start digging through the boxes. All right, so these are new. These are actually bought for a friend of mine. Good plastics. So on the power play, most Bally's anyways, the corners always break, so I made sure I picked out a decent set. And there goes the neighbor with the lawnmower. So let me set you up and I'll bring you right back. All right, so let's start going through the haul here. Open up the magic bag. Let's see what we've got in there. Oh, caps for Kiss. We were looking for those. All right, what's coming up now? Wiring. They were like $2-3 bucks each, so I bought everything I could get my hands on. Good value because wiring is expensive and it's always a pain when you need it, so no more splicing. Then we got some drop targets. These are actually for Centaur. I got 2 sets, one for a buddy of mine, one backup set for myself. Okay. Oh, these are Centaur line gain, wow, guides. Very hard to find, just found on a random pile, and I ended up buying whatever he had. So I bought both of them, and they're going to come in handy because mine are broken. Okay, let's see. This bag is the gift that keeps on giving. Let's see what else we can pull out of it. Oh, this is a receipt for customs. They were kind enough to give me a receipt in case they asked what value I put on stuff. Yes, that's Chimera IROC Z in the background. So if you guys want any videos on that, let me know. I'll be glad to post a few on this channel. Otherwise, I may make another channel. What are these? Oh, these are the silver strikes where the ball ejects out of the lane and it hits that silver piece on the side on the Bally's. This bag was full of them. I think there were like a good 5 or 6. So I bought all of them, obviously, for some decent money because that's sets off the game nicely whenever you do a restore. Oh, another bag. Wow, this just keeps on happening here, eh, guys? I can't remember how much money I spent. Oh, these are some... Okay, got some thermistors for the power supplies. These are for joysticks. These are the devices that make the joysticks rebound. What are these? These are a bunch of screws. These are under playfield screws. Hard to get, believe it or not. the Phillips up here. We have all Robertsons, so Phillips are nice and unique, or sorry, period specific. And then there was a box of all kinds of underplay field components: pop bumper springs, pop bumper returns, retainers, coils, all kinds of good stuff, kickers, everything that you need, especially when you do a rebuild. You know, a box like that, I think I paid 10 bucks for the whole box. I can't remember. But what's interesting is one part pays for the whole box. So, you know, that's where I kind of scourge around and I see what I can dig up. So that was a pretty good haul, pretty good box. Now, let's look at another magic bag. So we're pulling out joysticks out of this one, I think it was. So, oh, those are actual plugs. Those are the female ends of plugs. They're like 8 bucks, 9 bucks. I got both of them for $2 for the pair. That will definitely come in handy. And then these are the joysticks that I pulled. I think I got 3 joysticks for 10 bucks because I do arcade as well. I restore refurbished games, retrofit them as well, and these always come in handy. These ones were pretty good, almost like new, and I know I'm going to spend 30, 40 bucks a pop up here to get them. That one in my right hand there, those are relatively inexpensive, like 15, 20 bucks on Amazon, but it's good to have them when you need them. All right. Coin door. This is brand new coin door skin. I got that from the Marco booth. It was 70 bucks. Good thing is no tax, no delivery. It's available when I need it, so I just picked it up. Okay, let's see what else we got here. This is a coin door surround. These are difficult to find. You can get them brand new, but again, everything is expensive when you do that, so picked up a bunch of these, and I picked up a couple of control panels as well. I'm pretty sure these were off like a Ms. Pac-Man our cocktail game. So I picked up both of these, really good shape. I know I'll definitely use them in a future project. If you guys want to see me do some arcade stuff, you know, let me know. And I'd be more than happy to put something together for that as well. Okay, and this is a Bally basher bar. This is the hold down. Goes inside the game. Again, to get the KISS or the Star Trek working, I bought all kinds of pieces. This one was rusty, crusty. I think I only paid like 5 bucks for it, but I'll take it apart. I'll throw it in the evaporust, and I'm sure that it's going to come out like a shiny new penny. Okay, here's another box. Okay, here's another box. This one I think I struck gold. Gold for me anyways. These are Bally shooter rod housings. This is a complete the stamped steel part that says Bally on it. It's got the springs, it's got the different shooter rods, the holders, everything. I was really happy with those ones, and they were very, very inexpensive. I guess people, you know, they just don't see what's in the bags. I took more than a second look just to confirm. And here are the shafts for the shooter rods. These are the Bally's with the pointy tip. These are fantastic. These ones, you can't really bash the shooter, and that's why they put that point on. And then we've also got some other shooter rods. I think these are off a Gottlieb. We got those as well. And a whole bunch of other neat tidbits. So we got some more shooter rods. I think I bought all the shooter rods in Pennsylvania at this point. And now we got a mixed bag of a bunch of random screws, a bunch of springs, things like that. This is a bag of springs because all the playfields I'm usually getting, all the springs are rotted out and rusted, so it's good to have extras lying around. In this lucky bag we have, what is that exactly? I can't remember what that is. These are some pieces for pop bumper springs, things like that, components like that. There's some tilt springs as well. These are locks, so I'm always looking for locks. You're taking a chance to make sure the keys work on them, but hey, I think they were $1. Throw it in the bag. This is something I can't really make out at this point because the original audio for this video is terrible, so I'm doing an overdub here. This is a rebuild kit, again for a buddy of mine. What a lucky bastard that guy is to have a good friend of mine that does all the shopping for him. Another tilt mechanism for the game and the body there. What are we digging into right now? Wafers. These are the pup bumper wafers. I bought a whole, I can't remember how many of these bought. I bought a lot of them. It's always nice when you're doing a game, shopping it out to give nice fresh waves, nice fresh wafers to make them look decent. So, okay, we're done with the bag. In here we have a whole bunch of head screws, mostly head screws, not many leg screws, but you know, when I go to buy these, they're like $2, $3 each. I think I paid $3 for that whole box, so I just again throw it in the bag and just buy them all. You do end up getting, you know, $2 and $3 killed to death, but at the end of the day, one of those pieces out of one of those bags pretty well pays for the whole bag. Okay, let's look over here. This one could come in extremely handy. This is a power supply. Again, you're buying it untested. I paid quite a bit for it, but you know, I'm pretty good at fixing the supplies. As long as that transformer is good, the rest should be okay. These are for games that have the power supply in the bottom, not in the head. So we're talking games like Medusa, Xenon, Centaur, things like that. They have the power supply in the body. They're very difficult to find. I've probably got about 6 that go in the head. So this is one that I got just as a backup. So if I ever come across one of those games that needs the power supply, then I'm good to go. I'll do a video on trying to get this thing to come back to life to see if it is working, testing all the voltages and stuff like that, and see if I bought something decent, or if perhaps I just bought a boat anchor, or I bought something for parts. You can always salvage parts off this thing. Even the backing plate where everything holds on to has some value as well, especially if you're looking for that piece and you can't find it. So this could be a good score. Anytime I see power supplies that look complete, unburnt, nothing oozing from them, I buy them. You can build a game with this. If you don't have this component, you can't build a game. Everything else you can get and, you know, put something together from it. Okay, the last box. This was a box that basically culminated from about 3 or 4 boxes lying around, and I threw everything in, paid the man, and walked away with all my treasures. So a lot of this has to do with playfield parts and coin door surrounds. So these are coin door surrounds that I needed a set for. So I scored on those. This is a ball return for the bottom of the playfield. I've got multiples of these. Some of them are Gottlieb. There's a couple of Bally's as well. So I'm just going to dig through them. And some more bits, odds, and sods. And we've got a lot of coin door parts too. The mechanisms where the quarters slide down before they hit the micro switch and trigger. There's another part of the where the ball rolls down at the bottom. Another coin door surround. There's some Gottlieb components as well. So I made a separate pile. I put those in a different pile. Those are like, they look like all like System 1, System 80 parts. Another coin door surround. So a whole bunch of those. So just a lot of, you know, a lot of things that every time I go to look to need to order something, I'm pretty well self-sufficient. So, and let's be honest as well. I got a lot of junk in there as well. A lot of things that are definitely going to get given away, or you know, I'll put them on social media just to get rid of them. I don't throw things away just because I think it's sinful. They're not making this stuff anymore. That's for System 1 back glass head on a like a countdown or something like that. That's the thing that it pivots on to slide open for the head. And I've also got coming up some flipper mechanism parts. So the pawls, things like that. This is a tilt mechanism. So this is you know, on the Bally on the inside to the right where the tilt mechanism is. So I can rebuild that with some of the wiring I bought. I think these are the mechanisms for the flippers that I was just talking about. It's always good to have those lying around because the ones, again, that I get, a lot of the times they're rusty, the rods are rusty. And then just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Coils, these are complete coils with kickers, with everything like that. I think I'm going to go into the business of selling coils because I don't know how many I've got. But again, I'm just a glutton for punishment. I cannot turn up a deal when I see them, because if I'm paying a couple of bucks and I need one, they're going to cost me $40, $50 up here. So I just might as well buy them. Okay, I will now zoom in a little bit on the Horde. So here we are. This is just a very high-level view of all the stuff that I got, and I'm just happier than a kid in a candy store when it comes to going through flea markets and places like that, just to see what kind of stuff I can score. But more importantly, when I'm working on something and I need it, that I'm self-sufficient, I have the part there. Okay, I am going to zoom in right now. Okay, here's the score from those shooter rods. These are, I put them together, like, you know, I bought the bags that had all the components, and I think I did pretty good. These are Gottlieb. Sorry, not Gottlieb, Bally. I find that these are really hard to get. I think I got 5 complete sets, 6. And so, pretty good haul there. Oh, there's a Gottlieb in there. Anyway, these are all the rods I got. Want to show you. There's the power supply. Let's see how energetic I feel. I'll see if I can, maybe I'll add it to the video. I'm just going to take off the connectors that were just cut. I found a fuse that put it in, and I'll just check to see if there's any power at the fuses. When I plug it in, I'll see if this thing's smoking or anything like that. As long as this transformer's good, the rest of it you can rebuild, so no problem there. And just a quick look at some of the components I got. So these, a lot of them are pre-owned or used, but I'm okay with that. So these are all the bolts you need on the top side of the play fields for plastics and all that. So that's a good haul right there. Just random nuts, screws. I got tons of springs, so I should be good for springs for a while anyway. And yeah, and then this box is chock full of things like this. The pop bumper parts, just an example of a coil, bunch of linkages, stuff like that. Coils, just, you know, just as an FYI, I find that as long as you can pull out this part here, I can't do it one-handed. As long as you can pull out the sleeve, chances are pretty good the coil is good, and of course you ohm it out to make sure it's within tolerance. But change the diode, take off the wrapping, throw it through an ultrasonic cleaner, and you know, with the new diode and all clean, you basically got a new coil. They don't really wear out. So anyway, yeah, I'm a glutton for coils, so I put all the coils away already. There's that part of the coin bar. So okay, you know what? Let's get ambitious. Let's plug that transformer in, and we'll see if we get any magic blue smoke. And if we don't, I'll call it total victory. So give me 1 minute. Okay, Russians, here's the deal. This thing looks pretty good, actually. It's got, it's dirty, but if you look at the plastic, it's not burnt, it's not cracked. The plates, they're not rusty. There's just some surface dirt on it. The fuses themselves look to be pretty clean. The high voltage thing there, you can see that. It reads well. It's still nice and white. But what we're going to do is we're going to test the fuses, and we're going to do it the right way. We're going to test them by removing them from their holders and checking them with a multimeter, and then we're going to do a visual inspection to make sure that they are the right size, the right amperage. So we're going to use our multimeter. It's basically set to a test tone. When you touch the leads together, it's just going to tell you that you've got a continuity. So there we go. And now test them. Each one, again, take it out of the holder. One by one, check, make sure we got continuity. That'll tell us the fuse is good. And then we're going to take them out one by one and visually inspect to make sure it's proper. This one says, I think that says 15 amp, and the fuse says 15 amp. Now I've already checked them. I've already, to be honest with you, done this part of the video already. I need a microphone. One of our viewers suggested I get one. So if anybody's got an extra one lying around, or you can recommend a good economical one, I'd appreciate it, and then that way the videos will be that much better, and I can make them more often and quicker. So anyway, we're checking all this. This is all good. The springs are good as far as where the fuse holders are. We got nice good spring. We don't have anything burnt. None of the connectors are burnt, nothing like that. So once this part of the equation is done, we're going to close the cover. And then we are going to look at the schematic to figure out what fuse I need for the main line fuse there. Spoiler alert, it's a 3 amp slow blow. And here's the original one. Somebody put a 5 amp in another transformer that I have, but I needed the connector for the fuse. But if you look at the schematic, it's everything to the left. It shows us right there that it's a slow blow 3 amp, boom, right there. So that's to the left of the diagram, is to the left of it, and to the right of the transformer is where all the fuses that we just checked are. Okay, so I was missing that piece when I bought this, so luckily I had another one, because yes, I'm a hoarder. Well, another spoiler alert, of course, we don't have a 3 amp slow blow. So let's use a 2.5 amp. It's better to go down than it is to go up, and 0.5 amp I don't think it's going to cause us a heck of a lot of grief, so we'll throw some caution to the wind at this point and put it in. So I'll put it in, make sure it's nice and snug, make sure it fits properly. Well, I'm taking my time here, ain't I? Oh, I was checking to make sure. Even though it came out of a brand new bag, I still checked to see if it says the amperage that it's supposed to have, and it was kind of hard to read on that one. So I pulled out another one and did confirm that in fact does say 2.5 amps. So that's what the holdup is right here. So we're just going to pop it in once I confirm she's good to go. Okay. Let's pop it in, good to go. So technically this thing is now fused properly. Okay, so let's disconnect all these wires that were cut, just in case any of them are touching where they're not supposed to be, and if, you know, they're shorting together, bad things happen. Okay, listen, they're not anywhere close to touching, so we'll just leave them as be. And then off camera, there's a couple of other leads that I'm removing as well. So I have tested power supplies before. These, like I said, they're very rare, especially for me. I think this is only the second one I've ever gotten that was loose. And all the other ones that I have are the ones that go on the head. Well, let's just connect this for now. We know that goes there because they are specific plugs. They have markings on them, and they have a different design to make sure that they go into the proper connector. So I'm pretty confident that these are the right ones. So once we pop those in, then we're kind of good to go. So that's the transformer plugged in to the power supply board. And so that'll technically start to feed all the fuses and all the plugs on the other side that go to the back box, the play field, so on and so forth. All right. So, like I said, I've got a lot of these head ones. There's 3 right here, and I think I've got another 7 in my stash. I have proper jigs to hook those up and turn them on and test the voltages. This one, I don't. I don't have anything that I can safely do it, so I'm not about to start jumping wires and doing things like that that could cause us any grief. But I will plug it in and see if we do get any life out of the board. So that's going to happen in a couple of seconds here. And again, yeah, these recordings, sometimes the sound sounds fantastic, sometimes it just doesn't happen that well, so I'm redubbing them just to make sure everybody can hear what I'm saying. And hopefully this is coming out good as well. So let's just plug it in. This is the line plug being plugged directly into a live extension cord there. So in we go. Okay, good news, no magic smoke. There's not really a lot of tests I can do here, other than I can check the line voltage coming out of the wall, and I'll show you how to do that in 1 second. Oops, I forgot to disconnect those wires there, but they're not touching, so we were okay. So let me get my multimeter, and what we're going to put it on is we're going to put it on AC, so alternating current, and you'll see my hand doing like a little wave to kind of show you that it's alternating. I just checked the, put the black lead just to ground, just to the metal plate, and I'm just checking for any voltages, and there were some voltages, but to be honest with you, I don't know if they were proper or not. So now I'm going to throw it onto the AC side, and we're going to check the AC line coming in, and you'll see that happen in 1 second. I'm just pulling out the schematics here. Just there is one, most of the line, most of the fuses are DC. There is one AC, so this is kind of just repetition, to be honest with you. Okay, so what I can establish at least, hopefully you guys can hear me, I've got it set on alternating current. So remember, alternating, alternates, goes up and down. This is the, basically from the wall. So from this, goes through here, goes through a line filter, and comes through here. So we got 123 volts, so 120 volt come out of there. And more importantly, I don't have any smoking. Okay, so that's, I think this is where we're going to end it. Again, this thing is in really good shape. I didn't, like, even look, the solder on the bridges, they don't really, you know, things get tarnished, things get hot, things get discolored. But I'm not going to tempt fate by, you know, trying to do anything funky on this thing. I want to test it properly. I'll put it in the game, proper on and off switch, and see if I've got all the necessary voltages that we should have. But again, I hope, listen, the whole premise behind making this video is to kind of, you know, tell people, or tell you guys, like when you go to flea markets, when you go to swap meets, when you go to any event, don't be shy to get your hands dirty. Like I'm the guy on my, you know, proverbial hands and knees digging through boxes and just double checking to see if there's anything in there that I might see that I could take advantage of. Like this thing here, I don't know what kind of a value you'd put on it, but they're not that easily come by, unlike the ones that the head ones that I showed you. I've got 3 here, plus I don't know how many more I've got in the garage. But to that end, hey, hopefully gave you some information. If there's anything else you're looking for, let me know. I've got a couple of things in the hopper. I think you saw that new car that I have, well, new to me anyway, that I'm going to be working on as well, trying to divide my time. I'm also going to be doing a Evel Knievel restoration for somebody, so I'll document some of that. And another KISS, be putting together another KISS. So, you know what? Keep the comments coming, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Channel is growing. We're almost at 400 subscribers. I never thought that was going to be the case, you know, when I first started it a while ago. But I really appreciate all the comments. I really appreciate all the support. Like, share, subscribe, do all that fantastic stuff. And again, Rush fan, over and out. Stay safe, everyone.